This is the news. But first, the headlines. Algerian construction company Grts brings into the country 7 new machines in a major boost to ongoing roadworks in Gambisara, Stinkona and Sukuta Jambanjeli. The National Assembly ratifies motions on 3 loan agreements tabled before deputies by the Minister of Works, Construction and Infrastructure, Balagapa Jahumpa, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, Abdukuli. A massive fire at a temple in India's southern state of Kerala leaves over 100 people dead and more than 300 others injured. And tensions mount on the Greece-Macedonia border as police clashed with hundreds of migrants attempting to enter the country. Well, viewers, these and more coming ahead this half hour. I'm your presenter, TENNENG. GITTEH. Welcome back. Algerian construction company Grts Saturday brought into the country 7 machines of the latest technology to add to the capacity of ongoing roadworks taking shape in Gambisara, Stinkona and Sukuta Jambanjeli Road. Buba SMCC reports on the arrival of the equipment at the Banjul seaport.
This is what we call motor scrap. The role of this machine is to recycle material on site. Before they used to recycle it by grader and so. But now with this kind of machine, you can reduce your activity by cutting to 3 or 4 times the machine to recycle the material. It's just that machine has to pass once and it's done. That's why we're going faster than other companies, because we invest on technology. It has sensors. Sensors will adjust itself. Will spread you exactly the same thickness. Now, if somewhere is lower, the machine will not follow it. The sensor will tell him no. Here is lower, so add this quantity down. So you have this. You don't go to Brikama?
Which area?
Brikama Road, the one we built.
Yes.
You feel like this?
No. It's flat completely.
Grts is contracted to construct Gambisara Road, which is almost 90% complete. The company has once again won the tender with Gamworks to construct the Stinkona and Sukuta Jambanjeli Road projects. The resident manager of the company, Ali Grts, expressed optimism of quality service and timely completion of work.
Quality, faster work, and never claim, no extra cost. Always finish on time and good quality. One of the reasons we're investing, we love the Gambia and we trust in Gambians. And I hope we'll continue. We will do our best.
Grts, an Algerian construction company with over 6 decades of operation within the sub-region, is resolved to delivering quality service in a timely manner. It's this company that constructed Brikama Daslame Dimbaya Road and completed on time and within the budget line. The resident manager pointed out that the arrival of these machines will add capacity to the ongoing works in terms of efficiency and quality.
The purpose of this machine is coming to give a hand to our existing equipment, and it's giving a hand to some of projects going on, like Gambisara, Stinkona, and hopefully soon for Sukuta Jambanjeli. With this kind of machines, this will increase our capacity and make sure that we can always, as our policy is to finish on time, quality and no claim. One of the reasons we increase our capacity so we can meet all these points, which is our principles.
The Second Republic is cognizant of the fact that infrastructural development is the single most indispensable investment needed to enhance livelihoods of the people by transforming the country into a modern nation. The leadership of the country, whose desire is to transform the country into a modern nation through enhanced infrastructure, is not trailing behind. Buba SMCC, Grts. Enhanced infrastructure is a key item on his agenda since 1994, and the arrival of these 7 caterpillars with latest technology is expected to add capacity to the ongoing road construction projects being initiated by the government. Multi-million-dollar projects are going into public infrastructure is premised on the fact that no sustainable development can take place without this indispensable necessity, good road network.
This is what we call motor scrap. The role of this machine is to recycle material on site. Before they used to recycle it by grader and so. But now with this kind of machine, you can reduce your activity by cutting to 3 or 4 times the machine to recycle the material. It's just that this machine has to pass once and it's done. That's why we're going faster than other companies, because we invest on technology. It has sensors. Sensors will adjust itself. Will spread you exactly the same thickness. Now, if somewhere is lower, the machine will not follow it. The sensor will tell him no. Here is lower, so add this quantity down. So you have this. You don't go to Brikama?
Which area?
Brikama Road, the one we built.
Yes.
You feel like this?
No. It's flat completely.
Areski is contracted to construct Gambisara Road, which is almost 90% complete. The company has once again won the tender with Gamworks to construct the Sting Corner and Sukuta Jambanjel Road projects. The resident manager of the company, Ali Areski, expressed optimism of quality service and timely completion of work.
Quality, faster work, and never claim, no extra cost. Always finish on time and good quality. One of the reasons we're investing, we love the Gambia and we trust in Gambians. And I hope we'll continue. We will do our best.
Areski, an Algerian construction company with over 6 decades of operation within the sub-region, is resolved to delivering quality service in a timely manner. It's this company that constructed Brikama Daslame Dimbaya Road and completed on time and within the budget line. The resident manager pointed out that the arrival of these machines will add capacity to the ongoing works in terms of efficiency and quality.
The purpose of this machine is coming to give a hand to our existing equipment, and it's giving a hand to some of projects going on, like Gambisara, Sting Corner, and hopefully soon for Sukuta Jambanjeli. With this kind of machines, this will increase our capacity and make sure that we can always, as our policy is to finish on time, quality and no claim. One of the reasons we increase our capacity so we can meet all these points, which is our principles.
The Second Republic is cognizant of the fact that infrastructural development is the single most indispensable investment needed to enhance livelihoods of the people by transforming the country into a modern nation. The leadership of the country, whose desire is to transform the country into a modern nation through enhanced infrastructure, is not trailing behind. Buba SMCC, GRTS.
Deputies of the National Assembly Thursday ratified motion on 3 loan agreements tabled by the Minister of Works, Construction and Infrastructure, Balagaba Jahumpa, on behalf of the Finance Minister, Abdukoli. The sessions, which lasted for over 5 hours, culminated in an adjournment debate brought up by the Majority Leader and Member for Serekunda is Fabakary Tombong Jata. GRT's Ibrahim Jallo was at the Legislative Chamber.
Global market lending terms. It bears an interest of 1%, and also it has 30 years loan repayment. To substantiate my statements, I will refer this Honorable House to page 4 of the loan agreement.
For this road, let me go to Pasamos. We know how problems we encounter when plowing that road. If today this loan is going to help us as a bureau construct the road, I think the people of Sierra and Uara, in particular as the Sandu and the Wallis, will be grateful.
The motion was given due consideration and ratification by the House. Next on the agenda was the ratification of multinational loan agreement between the Gambia government and the African Development Fund, meant for the country's contribution on the construction of the Samangala Hydroelectric Dam, jointly conceived by the Gambia, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau and Guinea-Conakry. The $4.17 million grant, according to Minister Jahumba, is payable in 40 years.
The objective of this project, as earlier highlighted, is to supply clean energy at competitive rate with a view to reducing energy deficiencies in the Republic of the Gambia, Guinea-Conakry, Guinea-Bissau, and our neighbors, Senegal.
This motion has also been voted by deputies, while commending line ministries for negotiating the deal.
Honorable Speaker, the financing is a key development component for the Republic of the Gambia, as well as for other states that are involved in this OMVG project.
With the commencement of this one, electricity will be affordable, as we are told. It's going to be cheaper, and for that matter, the number of hours can be expanded. Today, that's the outcry that many people are facing in the provinces.
Electricity is a basic need. If we may recall, during the President's speech, we were told that sectors, especially the agriculture sector, will try to improve by providing storage facilities, processing plants, and the like. And without affordable electricity, and reliable for that matter, these processing plants and storage facilities might not be realized.
The last motion tabled before the Assembly was the loan agreement between the Kuwaiti Fund for Arab Economic Development, meant to fund the country's segment of the Gambia River Basin Development Organization or MVG interconnection project. The project is aimed at providing 368 megawatts of electricity that will interconnect member nations.
For consideration and ratification of the financing agreement signed between the government of the Gambia and the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, which was signed on the 29th of March 2016 as co-financing instrument for the Gambia's contribution to the Gambia River Basin Development Organization, commonly referred to as OMVG.
All motions were unanimously ratified, with deputies highlighting their benefits to the nation. Then came the adjournment debate brought up by the majority leader and member for Serekunda East, Fabakary Tombong Jatta, focusing on the positive transformations in the country since the advent of the Second Republic.
Why we are making comparisons is, we replace the government. Now, are we doing better than that government, or we are doing worse than that government? We are expected to do better. And we have said in all sectors, we have done by far better, exceeding the widest imaginations of even some of us at the dawn of revolution. Me, myself, I never knew Gambia would reach this stage. Despite the fact that I was part of that revolution, I supported it. Because I knew the challenges. But with Allah's will and the commitment of the leadership and those who supported the leadership, Gambia is transformed. Nobody can doubt that.
These points by the majority leader set the floor for deputies who registered their appreciation to what they call countless development brought up by the APRC government. Notwithstanding, some deputies made some requests to necessary development in their respective constituencies, and indeed some institutions including the state broadcaster.
As the work between Gambisara and the Sotomayor is in progress, and we are even surprised how fast it is going on. So we thank you very much. But notwithstanding, we would also like to consider Numuel Sotuma Sambakoi, because it's always a problem to access during the rainy season. I will appeal also the minister who is responsible for transport to help our media partner, especially the GRTs, because their movement is always facilitated with the by the National Assembly. So that institution is an institution which is always with us. So if you can look into their well-being in terms of transportation, I think that will be good.
Ibrahima Jallo, GRTS News.
The River Gambia is one of the prized assets of the country, given that its strategic location divides the Gambia into two halves. The river serves different purposes, making it somewhat indispensable in the lives of Gambians. In a series on the River Gambia and its importance, GITEH explores river cruising and transport, which are just some of the potentials, if maximally exploited, could improve lives and livelihoods of local communities. Mamadou Jallo has more on that story.
The River Gambia is one of the most navigable waterways in the sub-region. Taking its source from the Futa Jalan Highlands, this strip of water is a prized asset of great significance to the people of this proud country. Evidence of this can be seen on the banks of the river, where plantations and rice fields thrive and local fishermen eke out a living. These are some of the most conspicuous uses of the river, constituting a routine in the lives of the people. Beyond this, however, some locals have taken to river cruising, transporting people and tourists through the beautiful natural landscapes that are some of the unique features of the River Gambia. One of the most popular of these is Daworo, the place where the river divides into 6 tributaries, creating a network of islands rich in animal and plant life. Someone who knows these islands all too well is Ibrahim Wadu, Alcala of Walikunda, a village on the banks of the river. Wadu believes that the river is seriously underutilized, especially in the area of river cruising.
This
is the crossroads where the river divides into islands, starting from Walikunda up to Daworo, where it continues forming a network of islands. If you enter through here, you end up at the other side of the river. That's why it is popularly called Daworo.
Some of these 6 islands are claimed by the neighboring settlements, where locals are believed to cultivate rice. However, most of the others, particularly the smaller ones, are untouched, providing a haven for all kinds of animal and plant species. This, according to Usman Krobali, is a source of attraction for tourists who often hire him for boat trips to enjoy nature and what it offers.
Daworo is a very fascinating place where you see a lot of things. Before, if you do not explore the place, you would not know much about it. Tourists should be encouraged to come here occasionally, and it could also serve as a reserve for wild animals.
This he also believes is an opportunity which, if grabbed, can turn this place into a tourist paradise, creating employment for the locals and boosting the economy. Whilst tourists occasionally pay for boat trips to enjoy themselves, many others, particularly residents and travelers, cross the river to go on their daily lives. Services are often rendered by the Gambia Ports Authority. These ferries ply different routes to facilitate movement of people. Janjambure serves as the main hub, where one must use a ferry or boat to cross to either side.
River transport is very important. Every day we generate revenue here from passengers and the vehicles. As you can see here, is a fresh water. The river is not rough, and a lot of people are using to cross here every day. Usual daily is good.
The challenge now is how to harness the enormous opportunities the River Gambia offers to enhance the Gambia's socio-economic development. Mamadou Diallo, GRTS News.
The Medical Research Council Gambia unit has partnered with the National Leprosy and Tuberculosis Control Program to observe World Leprosy Day in Sincho Alaji, West Coast region. Kumbaba has more on that event organized to promote dialogue and raise the understanding of communities when it comes to preventing leprosy.
The Medical Research Council has been working closely with partners through the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and the National Leprosy and Tobacco Control Program on TB research that has a significant bearing on the country's health sector. The day, meant to create awareness, also availed participants the opportunity to discuss important issues facing patients suffering from the disease within communities. The day-long event also seeks to promote dialogues, concerted efforts for sustainable development.
Tuberculosis is not an individual's only effort that can stop it. It requires a joint effort, a concerted effort of all of us. I am glad to express the joy that the ministry have in collaborating with the MRC in combating tuberculosis.
The celebration, which was held under the team Unite to End TB by MRC, UNIT, the Gambia and partners are working to achieving the elimination of TB through community sensitization on how the disease is transmitted, how it is diagnosed and treated.
World TB Day celebration is to create awareness for the public to know the importance of tuberculosis, because we have realized that over 1.5 million people suffer TB.
So what are the risk factors and how can one prevent it?
The risk factors of tuberculosis is mostly through contacts with an infected person. If somebody has TB and that person is not taking any treatment at all, if you are living next to that person, then you could be at risk of getting it through cough, sneezes, But the people who are most at risk are children because they are very young, and then the children who are in fact less than 5 years, they are at most risk.
Professor Betty highlighted the crucial role played by the Medical Research Council in the Gambia.
And the role of the MRC in uniting against TB is to bring the science to make better drugs and better vaccines and better diagnostics so we can find anyone who might have TB in our communities.
According to authorities, the day signifies an achievement made to strengthen the activities of the health sector. The Alcalde of Sinchu Alaji welcomed the initiative, adding that the event will educate them. Kumaba, GRTs.
The National Association of Cooperative Credit Unions of the Gambia, NACO, Friday held its 23rd annual general meeting at the Paradise Suites Hotel under the theme Credit Union Shared Branching, Deepening Financial Inclusion Through Cooperation Among Cooperatives. The apex body of the Cooperative Credit Union, as GITTEH reports, has registered a 5% membership growth and about 13% saving growth the year under review.
Credit union shared branching, deepening financial inclusion through cooperation among cooperatives is the theme for this year's annual general meeting of the National Cooperative Credit Union of the Gambia.
This theme indeed very apt, as credit unions in the Gambia have cooperated and worked together over the years to create a shared branching network for credit unions, meaning members of participating credit unions can walk to any of the branches and access financial service as if they were in their own offices.
The NACUC board chairperson dilated on the achievements made during the year under review, ranging from membership growth, savings, capacity building programs, partnership with local and international financial bodies.
The board and staff continue to be committed to credit union development in all areas of the country, especially in the underserved regions, such as Lower River region and the Nyaminas.
Alaji Jeng, speaking on behalf of the Irish League of Credit Union Foundation, ILCOF, hailed their partnership with NACOC, which started in the 1990s.
We are proud of the fact that, following the successful completion of a 3-year Irish Aid funded program in 2014, further funding was secured for a new 3-year program in 2015. Which demonstrates the Irish government's confidence in the work that we are doing together.
The Central Bank of the Gambia has always supported credit unions' growth and development in a safe, sound and sustainable manner. This growth, according to Dr. Jabi of the Central Bank of the Gambia in collaboration with NACUC and its affiliated credit unions, said it would be nurtured to address the financing needs of the majority of the populace. Dr. Jabi commended NACUC for complementing government's efforts in alleviating poverty and contributing to financial stability. Delivering the keynote address, a veteran unionist and one of the pioneers of NACUC, Joseph Jallo, hailed the role played by pioneers locally and internationally.
Today we look back with admiration and gratitude to the pioneers of the movement who set a simple mission of people helping people. We look around and we see the many volunteers, your board of directors, current board of directors, who over the past years have committed their time and talents to the building of the credit union movement. Today we look back with admiration and gratitude to the pioneers of the movement who set a simple mission of people helping people. If the credit union is our future, then we must take courage and have trust in it. But courage must be sustained and informed by effective planning, preparation, and leadership.
Jallo challenged members to create voluntary pension scheme at their credit unions and NACUC in improving and providing innovative products such as the shared branching service to bring the young people on board.
I recommend that NACUC develops a youth policy that will provide the framework to ensure that every young person in the Gambia has the opportunity to develop a lifelong involvement with the credit union.
The Registrar of Cooperative, Abba Sanyang, also dilated on the role the credit unions play in improving livelihoods. Although there were few targets which could not be reached during the period under review, according to the Treasurer, Sirajame, the activity report on the financial status of NACUC was sound despite challenges encountered. Khadijatu Jallo, GRTS News.
Well, with that, we'll take a break. When we return, we'll take a look at news from beyond our borders. We'll be right back. To stay tuned. Welcome back. In India, a massive fire at a temple has left over 100 people dead. The blaze started during a religious festival in the southern state of Kerala. The temple compound was full of people watching firework display, which appeared to have gone badly wrong. Almost 300 people have also been injured. Some of those are reported to be in serious condition. More in this DWTV report.
Searching for survivors. The military is on hand to help with the ongoing rescue mission. Ambulances continue to carry the injured to hospitals across the state. The families of the victims will be provided financial assistance, and the injured will be given free treatment by the government. The government is doing its best. The fireworks display was supposed to be the highlight of local New Year's celebrations, but things got out of hand. Suddenly, there was a series of bigger explosions. A huge fire started, causing mass panic. A spark had ignited a separate batch of fireworks that were stored elsewhere in the temple complex.
The safety precautions are not taken here properly, and the strength of the fireworks, the items they have selected, are not suitable for this place.
Many of the victims are arriving at hospital with severe burns. The death toll is expected to rise as authorities investigate whether organizers went ahead with the display without official permission.
Well, latest report on that blaze at an Indian temple are speaking of more injuries as several people remain unaccounted for. As the migrant crisis eased on some countries in Europe, there were tensions on Greece's border with Macedonia as police in the former Yugoslavia repelled hundreds of migrants. This DWT report has more on those scuffles.
Resorted to rubber bullets and stun grenades as well. The migrants repeatedly rushed a razor wire barrier, throwing stones and even tear gas canisters. But try as they might, the border fence still stands in their way. Today is decisive for everyone. Either we go through and die trying or die in Greece. This is the last day, our last hope. We've had enough of the EU resolutions, enough of Geneva 1, Geneva 2 and Geneva 3. Some managed to slip through, but Macedonian authorities maintained the upper hand, reporting that all were returned to the Greek side of the border. Many were hurt in the clashes that broke out after rumors spread the border would open. An estimated 10,000 refugees remain stranded at the Idomeni camp. Many have been there since February. They refuse to move to nearby reception centers, hoping that one day the border will open.
Well, with that, we'll take our second break. When we return, we take a look at sports. Do stay with us. Welcome back. Gambia's emerging boxers are set to face up with challenges from the sub-region in what is billed as the biggest boxing show in the history of the country. 7 countries are set to participate in the big contest next Friday. Well, as part of preparations ahead of that event, the boxers took time to watch the fight between UK boxing champion Anthony Joshua and Charles Martins of the United States. Babuka Senghor has more on the story.
We find ourselves in settings like this, but tonight we are in the company of Gambian boxers. What are they doing here, one might ask? They're watching a world boxing championship fight between British boxer Anthony Joshua and his challenger from America, Charles Martin. They're also learning from some of the best boxers in the world ahead of a championship in the Gambia, the Alpha Male Contest. This particular bout is bringing together boxers from all over West Africa. We'll be talking to some of these boxers and how much they've learned from two of the best boxers.
What I'm seeing right now, this thing is teaching me a lot about my upcoming fight next week. I'm having a fight like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm learning a lot in this fight happening right now in the UK. I'm learning a lot from this fight.
These boxers are hopeful of using the forthcoming regional championship as a springboard to carving out new careers in the ring. The Alpha Male Regional Boxing Contest is set to draw the participation of upcoming boxers from across the sub-region. Michael Bassoon is spearheading efforts to revitalize boxing in the country.
I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's about time West Africa, Africa has something like this, and I can't wait. The boxers can't wait, and we think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an amazing night.
After watching the big fight between Anthony Joshua and challenger Charles Martins, the boxers spoke of their confidence in flying the Gambia's flag during the championship.
Here is our home ground, here is our nation, and we are hungry fighters. We are not just going there for people to show us, we're going there for something.
Let them all come out and support, because this is a big thing, it's a Gambian thing, so we don't have to let it go. We have to keep it in our own country, you know, so let them just come and support, yeah.
It is an exciting time for the boxers. A period they believe will help them realize their dreams. But a lot of that will depend on how well they perform on home turf against challengers from West Africa. For GRTS Sport, this is Babukar Senghor.
Well, viewers, as we look forward to cheer them on Friday, we come to the end of this newscast. But before we take leave of you, a quick reminder of our day's main stories. Algerian construction company RSK has brought into the country 7 new machines to add to the capacity of ongoing road works in Gambisara, Stinkona and Sukuta Jambanjeli. The National Assembly has ratified motions on 3 loan agreements tabled before lawmakers by the Minister of Works, Construction and Infrastructure, Balagaba Jahumpa, on behalf of the Finance Minister, Abdul Kwali. A massive fire at a temple in India's southern state of Kerala has left over 100 people dead and hundreds others injured. And tensions has been mounting on the Greece-Macedonia border as police clash with hundreds of migrants attempting to enter the country. Well, viewers, that was all for this edition of the news. Thanks for the pleasure of your company. Do stay with us, and I'm your presenter, TENNENG. Have a pleasant evening ahead.